Hello everybody and welcome back to more Memories Dogma. In the last episode we followed a picture of Aoi, who was apparently being kidnapped, followed it to a bookstore underground by the Fuchu station that had a terrorist attack at it, and we were basically it was kind of a trap. Sigma came and attacked us, and we were able to escape, and well, now we're hiding, but then we hear something. What is it? Find out right now. Sound of footsteps in the hallway outside. Reina and I exchange glances. Thud. Thud. Looks like he's recovered enough to be walking around again. His footsteps echo loudly throughout the station. He's purposely making them loud in order to provoke us. He wants to lure us in. Please don't come this way, please don't come this way. I hold my breath and pray. My prayer must have been heard since his footsteps finally start to fade away. I'm about to breathe a sigh of relief when I catch myself. Sigma's still here. It's not over yet. I whisper to Reno as quietly as possible.
Sigmaのやつ、何か情報を持っているような口ぶりだったな。
そうね。シグマが一番の情報源でしょ。何としても聞き出したいところね。
But is that even possible? Can we even defeat a guy like that?
無理だ。そんなことは。
Rena shakes her head when she hears my griping.
不可能じゃないわ。とても難しいことだけれど、今は向こうのペースに乗せられてる。なんとか隙を生むしかないわね。
けど、一体どうやって？
Rena puts a hand on her chin and thinks.
ヒロキの言う通り。
Oh man, this is tense.
シグマは様子が違った。前に会った時と違って。体調？いえ、前も様子は同じだった。なら、環境。この前とここの環境の違いは何？
おい。
Rena looks back up to me after pondering for a while.
ねえ、ヒロキ。一つ試してみたいんだけど。
なんだ？
Rena brings her lips to my ears. The plan she lays out is one hell of a gamble.
勝算はあるのか？
そうね。なるべくあなたが時間を稼いでうまく誘導してくれれば。
At the very least, it sounds like Rena's run through this in her head a few times. Rena nods with a quiet confidence. I lock eyes with her and nod back.
わかった。その賭けに乗ろう。
I mean, we can't just stay here, you know, we gotta do something. I put my faith in Rena's plan. I think it'll work.
待って。賭けにはしないで。あなたの判断で危険だと思った時には、作戦を放棄して逃げるのを優先して。
大丈夫だ。葵さんを連れ戻さなきゃならないんだ。
We don't even know where Aoi is. I promised Serrano I'd come back alive. I won't die here. We'll all come back safe and sound to meet again.
そうね。
Yeah.
最善を尽くしましょう。
Reno looks straight at me and nods one last time.
武器がいるな。
I pick up a knife that's laying on the bar counter. I hide it in my jeans pocket to retain the element of surprise. Rena starts making her way to the table, still crouched low to the ground. I quietly follow after her. Rena cuts me off. As I fall silent, I hear the faint noise of shoes scraping across the ground. Looks like he's back. He seems to have realized that we didn't leave yet. He's sharp. His footsteps get closer. One step, then another, then another. Eventually his feet stop. Right in front of the soup store. Silence blankets the station once more.
どうしたんだ？
Suddenly a thunderous roar that shakes me to my very bones. I barely manage to keep myself from crying out in surprise. The noise doesn't stop. He is smashing the glass wall apart. The uneven rhythm of his blade slicing into the glass screeches in my ears. I grit my teeth and bear it. Rena, too, knits her eyebrows, but doesn't make a sound. He hits the wall over and over, and each time the glass looks like it's about to give way completely. He must know we're hiding here by now. He has to know, and now he's just having fun tormenting us while we hide. He was like this before, too. When he opened his arms and dared me to attack him, oh yes. Sigma wants us to fight back so he can thoroughly defeat us before killing us. When I realize that, my anger starts to bubble up.
Hiroki.
I feel the prickling sensation of electricity running through my stomach. My blood starts boiling. Our lives are worth even less than dirt to Sigma. Fucking bastard. Mind my French. I feel power start to build up in my arm. My whole field of vision begins to go red. I stand and pick up a chair. I throw it at the glass wall with all my might. With a deafening crash, the glass shatters and flies everywhere. Sigma yells in surprise. Riding the sudden new wave of energy, I jump out of the hole I made in the wall. Oh, look at that. Oh man, that's awesome. His sharp gaze pierces through me. He must have sliced apart the chair as it flew out. There's splinters of wood all around his feet.
逃げたわけではなかったか。
当然だ。
その心意気は褒めてやろう。だが、何か企んでいるようだな。
Sigma declares confidently, certain that he's seen through us. The edge of his lips curve upwards into a sneer. Even he's not stupid enough to think we didn't strategize at all within the time we bought. I stare straight at Sigma and yell loudly.
Nena, nigero!
With my words as a signal, Rena leaps out of the hole I made in the glass wall. She starts running down the hallway towards the entrance of the station.
おい、あの女は。
Sigma moves to try and attack her, but I spread both my hands out to stop him.
ほっとけよ。お前の相手は俺だろ。
なるほど。いい度胸だ。
Sigma returns his gaze to me. That's the ticket. Yeah, keep your eyes on me.
今度こそ貴様の本気が見られるんだろうな。
Sigma says condescendingly. Trying to encourage my scared self, I utter a retort.
それはお前次第だ。
Oh.
ここに来てまだそんな軽口を叩く余裕があるとはな。なら、見せてもらおう。
Ooh, listen to this music. It's all upbeat. It's like a dance music. Sigma kicks off the ground and charges at me. The force of his leap is so strong, dust clouds twirl in his wake. Sounds like someone just shot a bullet. The distance between us is around 4 meters. But might as well have been nothing as fast as Sigma is. An instant later, Sigma's right arm comes into my field of view. I swiftly backstep to just barely avoid his swing. He must have read my reaction. He quickly attacks again. He leaps forward again, closing the gap I'd created with my backstep. He pulls his arm back and slashes down diagonally this time. His wide swing is easily able to reach out all the way towards me. However, the moment my feet hit the ground, I take an even bigger backstep. Sigma's heavy slash only grazes my nose. Sigma spits out, not bothering to hide his disdain. I regain my balance and carefully continue to back away. That tingling feeling of electricity flowing in the pit of my stomach never stops. This is it. This feeling, that means my power is working. I can see Sigma's movements a little bit better now. Alright. Sigma mutters softly. The next instant, Sigma's body starts to sway a little and then disappears into the darkness. He did it again. He's coming! His voice leaps out from behind me. He got around me! Chills run down my spine. I drop to the ground as fast as possible. His blade swings horizontally through the spot I was in just a moment ago. The slash is so powerful it cuts the air itself. He clicks his tongue. He only managed to cut a few of my hairs. I don't even have the time to be terrified at how close to death I was. I need to put some distance between us again. Still on the ground, I tumble forward to try and escape from Sigma. He swings his blade down at me as he yells. Sigma's arm grazes my left leg. Though it only grazed it, it's still cut pretty deep. Blood's pouring down my leg. I let out an involuntary groan at the pain. Sigma seems to be even angrier at seeing me in such a pathetic state. Holding my left leg, I stand up. Then dragging my left leg along, I head towards the station exit. He mutters softly and disappears again. I speed up and manage to at least make it outside the station building. However, Sigma's standing outside waiting for me. Sigma's blocking the path out of the station. I quickly glance around to assess my situation. God, there has to be somewhere I can run to. There! Sigma dashes forward and raises his right arm blade. He kicks up clouds of dust again, which glint sharply in the moonlight, contrasting against the dark of the night. It's okay, I can still see his movements. I match my timing to the start of his swing and jump back with all of my might. I manage to dodge, but because my left leg is injured, I lose my balance and I make it. My foot catches on the slight elevation difference between my landing point and the space directly behind me, and I stagger backwards. The place I land is the event stage in the station plaza. I plant both feet firmly on what remains of the stage. Sigma's impatience is very clearly visible as he vanishes into the shadows once again. I mustered every last drop of my strength to run all the way here to the event stage. Sigma appears again from the shadows right away, standing right in front of me. Just as planned. He's standing right in the center of the event stage. His previous anger now gone, he now just shrugs his shoulders sadly. However, he still raises his blade. Oh man, is this it? Is this the end of our hero? Sigma's cruel smile is clearly visible, even in this dim moonlight. As Sigma raises his blade up high, I shout as loudly as I can. Sigma suddenly enveloped in a blinding white light. All of the stage lights turn on at once, all of them pointed at Sigma. The light is so blinding it feels as if it could wipe away the very existence of darkness out of this world. The entire stage is bathed in this blindingly white light, dazzling, sparkling, and vibrant, exposing all that hides within the shadows. Rina shouts from far away, holding one of the spotlights. I charge at Sigma. Oh man. I ram full force into him, and we both tumble to the ground. With his eyes accustomed to the darkness, being hit by that much light at once must have blinded him completely. Sigma is too busy protecting his eyes with his arms to realize what I'm doing.
これは
消えてみろシグマ。
However, Sigma remains visible in the light. After knocking him to the ground, I straddle him. I pin his right arm blade down with my left leg and his left shoulder with my right hand. I put my whole weight into it.
貴様、足の傷は。
言っただろう。お前次第で本気を見せてやるって。
My leg is already healed thanks to my power. I take the knife I grabbed back in the soup store out of my jean pocket. I did not put the edge of it against his throat.
教えろ。葵さんはどこだ？
I turn all the pain I had to suffer at his hands into strength, and I hold him down. Sigma actually looks like he's suffering for once.
そうか。貴様の目的は最初からここに。
そうだ。お前をこの場所におびき寄せるためだ。光の中じゃ姿を消すことはできないんだろう。
Rena had deduced that Sigma's power might have something to do with shadows. We've run into Sigma 2 times before. Of those 2 times, one was in a bright location, the other one was in a dark one. The only time Sigma was able to appear and disappear at will was from the shadows of somewhere dark. So if we were able to remove the source of his power, the shadows, then we'd be able to restrain him. That's what Rena deduced. That's why I drew Sigma's attention and tried to buy time. Rena, meanwhile, was setting up the lights on the event stage to give us the opening we need to take him down. That's why I avoided using more power than necessary and lured Sigma over to the event stage while avoid taking a fatal blow. Having finally understood the reason behind my actions, Sigma lets out a small sigh. Brilliant plan. I expected nothing less from our champion.
さっさととどめを刺せ。
殺したんじゃ意味がない。俺たちの目的は葵さんの居場所を知ることだけだ。
I want answers.
お前のことは警察に引き渡す。
From the start, Rena and I had agreed that our goal was not to kill Sigma. After all, we have to drag Aoya's location out of him.
葵さんはどこだ？
そのうちわかる。
Don't give me that vague crap.
それよりさっさと俺を殺せ。
だから言ってるだろ。お前を殺すことはない。
I'm not gonna stoop to your level.
そこがお前の甘さだと言っているんだ。
Sigma's expression changes suddenly, confusing me. Why is he staring at me so calmly?
そんな考え方では足元を救われる。今起こっている大きな流れを止めることなどできないぞ。
What's that mean?
よく考えろ。でなければ事態はお前の思い通りにはいかないだろう。なぜお前は俺と同じ。
Who shot him? With a strange noise, Sigma's words stopped there. What happened? For a second, I didn't realize what happened. But as I continue staring at Sigma's face, I notice it. There's a small hole in the center of his forehead, and there's blood coming out the back of his head. I stand up and back away quickly. Sigma's eyes are staring up blankly, seeing nothing. I cannot bring myself to avert my gaze from him.
なんだよ。
ひろき、今の何が？
Rena calls out to me as she runs up, and I'm finally able to tear my eyes away from him. When I look over at her, I see Rena's hands are tightly clasped together. She must be shaken too. Her hands are trembling. I try to stand between Rena and Sigma's corpse so she can't get a good look at it, but I'm unable to hide it completely. When she sees Sigma, Rena tightly grabs onto my sleeve.
誰がこんなことを。
Someone who doesn't want us to know what he knows. Probably. Who would do such a thing? You know what? We're gonna find out next time on Memories Dogma. Take it easy, guys.